Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast. Take that, Nick Arenas. You should send me that $5 in super snaps right there. 1033, not 1036. All right, joined by Jason Shear. I'm Mike Luke. Hello, Shear. How are you doing today?
Splendid, Michael. Thank you.
Right. We've got a lot to get to this show. We're going to talk a ton about NIL. We are going to talk about everything that goes into it. I think some misconceptions that also go into NIL. I see you in here, AJTO. I see you in here. All right, but first, Shear, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. ADO is back. Wop, wop, wop.
Very exciting. Maybe the biggest news of the offseason, even no matter what happens from here on out.
I love ADO. I know your board is freaking out that ADO might be the 8th man on the team next year. Well, guess what? ADO is more than capable of that role. I like ADO. We should embrace ADO back with open arms, Jason Shear. We should.
Yeah, I don't mind it, as long as he's not starting, and it would take a lot to go wrong for him to be starting. But my biggest complaint last year was the fact that he was starting and he was asked to do. But ADO as like a sniper off the bench, you could do much worse than that. I just don't want him defending, VJ Edgecombe to start a game and like giving up 8 points.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's my thing too. And I think somebody on the board put this, and again, I say this with all due respect because many of them on the board that I am making fun of are still smarter than me. But at the end of the day, one guy's like, well, I just can't imagine if ADO is playing, how bad this ADO started last year and it was a top 15 team. If ADO is your 8th man, that is a good thing.
Yeah. I got nothing. No issue at all with ADO as 8th man. And I am completely on board with the people complaining if ADO winds up starting, right? Like it's just, but there's an in-between. There's an in-between, and that's where we're at. If he starts, something went wrong, and I think you would also agree that is not, the best scenario for Arizona.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. Stutcho, because I have more fun on this one. How about that? Boom. Okay, now
one of them's a Jordan, one of them's
I mean, one of I can do it. Like, yeah, I am able to be myself here. I don't think that they would like if I did though. If I was myself, I'll put it to you like that. Okay, now we're going to talk about. Well, I don't think anyone would. All right, we're going to talk a lot about how NIL, all of this breaks down. Sheer, one of the most annoying things that I've seen on your board, and it annoys the heck out of me, is the idea, well, if you don't get Carter, here's what you do. Because there's a big misunderstanding about how NIL and about how this works and about how players, the going rate for players. The when it comes to Carter Bryant, let's just throw out 1.2 million. And somebody on your board says if he doesn't do that, then 65% of that goes to a 3-and-D starting wing, and then the other goes to a guy that can play 18 to 24 minutes off the bench. You will never in a million years, get somebody that is a capable 3-and-D starter and a guy who is an 18 to 22 minute guy off the bench for $1.2 million. That's not the going rate. That is not the lack of any form of understanding of that drives me up a wall, Sheer.
So here's the deal. The market, first of all, is out of control. This market is considerably different than last year's market. A lot of it is probably because of the House settlement, whatever it may be. The numbers are stupid. They're not realistic. They're not sustainable, but they're the numbers. And so the way it basically works now is if you want like a top 20 player in the country, you got to pay $4 million. Right. If you want like an all conference player, you're paying 2.5 and just go down the line. If you want a starter, the minimum for a starter right now is probably 500 on the lower level. Minimum 1.5, on the higher level. And that's just for a starter, not like an elite guy. And then a bench player, a good bench player, you're probably talking $7,000-8,000 for like a 6-man.
$7,000 or $8,000?
Huh?
You just said 700 or 8,000.
700, 800.
Man, I was going to say, talk about a fluctuating market.
Right, like $800,000 for a true 6-man. Right, 7th man, 6. Now you're talking 5 or 6. Like your lowest paid guy, if you could get a contributor for like $250, you've won.
Yes, exactly. So at the end of the day, hello, Eric Paz. It's all right. So a guy whoever it was, so I asked a couple people, that Mountain West guy, or I don't know if he was West Coast Conference or Mountain West that your board was throwing around, who was the defensive player of the year or whatever. He's not coming here for $350,000 to play 18
Oh,
minutes.
Hayden Gray. Here's a good example that I have, Mike. The Colorado State shooting guard, averaged 10 points a game, and he was shot 40% from three.
Right.
North Carolina just paid him $1.5 million to be their starting point guard. He's not even a point guard.
Right.
$1.5 million to be a point guard. He averaged 10 points per game.
Exactly. So again, there is this lack of understanding here. Now, it's also not this easy, and I don't want to just keep beating up on people, but this is annoying me because this is actually something I know something about now. And Arizona has drastically exceeded what they thought they were going to be able to put out with NIL. It is a top 15 to 17 paid roster in the entire country. It is, I don't know how else to put it. It is what it is. They've drastically outperformed it. And when I say outperformed it by a couple $1 million, this idea that, well, hey, why don't you just go up and give somebody a noogie and say, hey, man, I need another $500,000. That's not how this works. Arizona is in a very competitive situation right now. It is able to put together a high price roster, and it has done exactly that, Sheer.
Well, again, like if Arizona didn't adjust to the market and put together let's just say $4 million roster, I'm not sure that's top 40.
No,
this
it's not.
year, right?
No, it's not.
And I'm not giving away the number. You can if you want, but I would say Arizona's probably top 15 to 20. I think there's probably 10 teams that are going to hit $10 million on their payroll. Arizona won't hit 10 million, but it's not that far off.
Right.
It's
Here's the way that was described to me. Arizona, and again, I'm not saying they will, but Arizona can put together a championship roster with the NIL that they have. I feel very comfortable in saying that.
And eventually you got to evaluate and take roster construction into consideration too. Like Duke had the most expensive roster in the nation last year.
Right.
I feel comfortable saying that. It didn't make the championship. It lost to Houston. I'm not saying Houston's roster was cheap, but eventually too, there's roster construction issues that you have to put. Like I said this before with BYU. I think BYU is loaded. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the key where you just pick and choose a bunch of guys and put a roster together and hope it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's just, it doesn't feel like that works. It doesn't work on the college football level. I don't know if it works at the college basketball level, but Tommy Lloyd is very, very conscientious of roster construction, culture, all that stuff. So it's, he's not going to pay a bunch of dudes $3 million and say, there's still one basketball at the end of the day.
Right. There's one basketball at the end of the day also, which leads me into my next point. The other thing, too, you and I have talked about this a million times. You'd love to have a Justin Kier type. There's no doubt about it. You'd love to have some guy that comes in. There's politics that also come on board here. I'm going to tell you something. Any guard that enters the transfer portal that views themselves as a combo guard views themselves as a point guard. That's the way it is. They all view themselves as a point guard. There are politics that have come into play here. Jaden Bradley coming back. Guess what? He's going to expect to play point guard. Braden Elburries is going to expect to play point guard as well. That's just the way it is. I'm not breaking any news there. And if you bring in another guy and you say there's minutes to be at the point, some other people are going to be saying, hey, wait a second here. A big reason why Arizona was able to sell Braden Burries on it was it'll either be you or Jaden Bradley bringing the ball up the court. And it's going to be very difficult to find a combo guard that's good enough to say, hey, man, that's just not how it works from a political perspective. And plus, Tommy doesn't lie.
Well, let's look at center, right? Toby Awaka announces that he's returning, right? Mm-hmm. Arizona isn't going to go add another true 5-man because now you just lied to Toby. You just said, we have Krivas. Toby, you're probably going to start. And people are like, oh, I want to bring in this guy and that guy. A 10-minute big man, I get it. Are you going to bring in like a rim runner? I get it. But if you're going to bring in a guy that averaged 12 and 8 last year and is going to want to play 30 minutes a game, it's just not happening.
Yes.
It's not happening financially, and B, for roster construction, it's just not happening.
And you know what happens? You know what happens really quickly? If all of a sudden you bring in somebody that's playing 18 to 22 minutes per game or something, and he's playing the point guard position for 10 of those minutes, guess what? That's going to get around pretty quickly that some promises were broken. Tommy Lloyd is a massive fan of culture. I mean, we're going to have to keep saying this a million different times. He's a massive fan of culture. You know, a good way to mess that culture up is to immediately start lying to the players that you are bringing in. That doesn't go over well.
And I will say this, and I hopefully you don't get mad at me, Mike, or someone doesn't get Arizona lost.
Danny, I never blocked you. Never.
Arizona lost Jamari Phillips on purpose because it wasn't willing to make promises that it couldn't keep. It was very honest with him, like, hey man, you didn't play well. You're not going to play very much at Arizona. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And Jamari went to Oregon and it worked out for everyone. But I'm just saying, like, Tommy's not BSing. He's not going to offer a guy in the portal, hey, yeah, you're going to challenge Braden Burries for point guard minutes. And then he gets here and he plays 4 minutes a game. It's not going to happen.
That's not how it works. There's a lot that goes into it. Yes, there's a lot. Let's get a couple reads in here. And then I want to talk a little bit about this roster construction. We're going to talk about revenue sharing as well. I've sick sheer on this because it bores me. But first, Bridge Tech Communications. Yes, I just went to the gym. But guess what? This gym, by the way, Danny Martin, I did not block you. What are you talking about? You're one of my favorite people on Twitter.
Mike told me he was blocking you. He said, I'm going to block Martin.
I'm not sure. I only block ASU fans that keep sending me DMs nonstop. Okay, but either way, Bridge Tech Communications. Our guy Tony is the man. We like Tony a great deal. I also knew about this gym that I go to, probably because they go through Bridge Tech Communications. Now, here's the deal with it though. They promote 100 plus health entities across multiple states. Our good pal NPOB was messaging me about how he could help out, and again, NPOB is the man. Now, 750% average ROI. Sure, that's good.
Yes, it's pretty good. It's not 751, but 750 will do.
Yes, that's another part of it. Promotes 100 plus health entities across multiple states, can help your market, your gym, or health wellness spa. BridgeTechCommunications.com. My friend, again, get in there. That you will thank me later. Maybe you'll see me at the gym. Okay. Now, what else we got? Talk to me. Bridge Tech Communications. I'm just going to keep it. Comfort X HVAC, my friends. It is getting hot out there. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your Comfort X HVAC. All right, so here's the deal. You want to go there. Free routine maintenance for first-time clients. Small business with big savings. Check it out. Again, look at this. Look at Tony Jimmy. This is in your neck of the woods, right, Sheer?
Yes, right around the corner.
Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. You look at this right there and you're saying to yourself, man, what is that little pink propane tank or whatever? Here's the deal. Look how happy Tony is. Tony is generally really upset because people you have to bring protection around Tony. I guarantee you that thing was to be able to, not like you get your mind out of the gutter, young man, but that's to hit Tony if he just goes off on one of his rants that he's known for. And again, but look at it. Tony is happy because Tony saved over $2,000, and he said that people there were very, very good. We very much like Comfort X HVAC. Use code Wildcats for 10% off. 520-222-7012. Boom, boom, boom. Wop, wop, wop. Comfort X HVAC. Okay. Now roster construction. There's also another thing on here. No team has a perfect roster. No team has a perfect roster. Arizona feels very good about where it is at right now. We're going to talk about Carter here in a minute and what they're going to do with or without Carter. But you look at around college basketball, no team has a perfect roster. Maybe those UConn teams, but those teams were absolutely awesome though. Those were generational. Those are generational type teams. Arizona does not have Arizona has a very, very good roster. And again, everybody keeps talking about you wanted a combination of 5-star kids with returners coming back that are good. Guess what? You got it.
Yeah, no roster is perfect. None. Right? Like the best rosters in the country still have issues in the season that people analyze and all that. Arizona's roster or Arizona's goal is to get as close to perfect as it believes it can get. And in Tommy Lloyd's vision, this is a very good roster. Obviously, we're waiting for another. Right. Obviously, we're waiting for another big piece, right? Like it could go either way. If they get Carter back, what do they do with the last scholarship? If they lose Carter, do they fill it with, one scholarship or do they kind of get his production with two? Like there's decisions still to be made. But Arizona's roster, as it stands right now, is a very competitive roster.
Yes, it's a very competitive roster, and it is a roster that you can win at the highest level. All right, now Javier, I actually DM'd you back. We need to get you on the show maybe this week. Now, Javier, look at this, Sheer. Javier says, so natty or bust then, Sheer. That's where Javier is at right now. He is saying national championship or bust. Wait a second, though. Nifty Cello, your Javier's standards are going up, not down. Remember when he said a championship every 4 years? Now he's saying a championship every year. Javier, I like it.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I can't imagine watching college sports and being disappointed any year my team didn't win the title. That feels like it defeats the whole purpose to me.
Yes. If you're going to, let's see here. If you're going to hit Tony, make sure you have protection. Oh, that was funny. That was funny. Angel Antonio Chavez. Imagine Javier being your dad. Hey, Angel Antonio Chavez. We actually have a name that rivals you now, unfortunately, for the best in the AZ12 comments section. Sal Capone.
Nice.
Now, assuming that is really his name, that is a Duke off at the top level. Let's see here. Angel Antonio Chavez and Sal Capone. Talk about get your popcorn out. Get your popcorn out, my friend. Woo! Man, that's awesome. Sal Capone is legendary. It really is. Wop, wop, wop. Okay, now when it comes to other something, from developmental players, Sal Capone is definitely a made man.
Gosh, Mike just got the credential email.
Oh, did you for
Arizona
EYBL?
Yep.
Did you send it to me?
I'll forward it to you right now.
Yeah. Forward it to me. We will be up there. Okay. Now, I want to talk about developmental guys here for a second. I feel very good about saying this too. The only kind of developmental guys Arizona's going to take from here on out until things get figured out are the Bryce James and Andre Iguodala types of the world, where they come in, they don't need $10 million. Their family is very well off, and there is a plan for 2 to 3 years to be able to develop them. Those are the kind of developmental guys at Arizona. I don't know. Listen, do they bring in Iggy? I don't know. But at the end of the day, Bryce James, Iguodala, that is their family.
Man, your mic just went crazy.
Did it?
Yeah, that was weird. Maybe. Yeah, you're good now.
Sorry.
Look, the issue is like I take, and I said this before, I just bring up Tennant, the point guard out of Prescott or whatever. And I brought him up before. The problem is when you take a guy like that, you're basically developing him for another school.
Right.
That's just NIL. That's just what happens. So unless you're playing a freshman that is perfectly happy with their role, right, and isn't in, like Bryce James, for instance, is not in a rush to get to the NBA,
right,
for obvious reasons.
Bryce, wait a second. Did Jaden L. Bradley just announce he's back?
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
He re-signed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna. That was my pre-write.
Jaden L. Bradley back. Hey, wait a second. You were the one that was paranoid about him like a week ago. Get out of here.
I'm paranoid about everyone, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, go ahead, sure.
Re-signing doesn't even do anything when you think about it.
Yeah, all right. Well, either way, go ahead.
I'm saying, like, unless they're financially stable and they're not in a rush and all that, it just it's not worth it. You're developing them for other people.
Yeah, I mean, so again, I get it. That makes sense. I like Jaden Bradley a lot. I think Jaden Bradley is a good player. Sheer and I have gone back.
People were on my butt about pre-writing. That was just one of the articles that I pre-wrote.
Yes, all right. But again, you preferred Boswell. I preferred Jaden Bradley. I win that one. We very much like having Jaden Bradley back. Okay, now let's get a couple reads in here, and then I want to ask Sheer something that I was far too bored to look at, and he is going to explain it. But first, Andre Veras. I am going to be having lunch with Andre Veras later in the week. Sheer, he was jealous about me and Murph having lunch at Baggins. And so he decided that he wanted to get on this. But again, here's the thing, though. Andre runs a tight ship. Andre has already said that he would. We're going to get into the assistant coach here in a second. Broken by me, by the way. But Andre Veras, though, also said that he would only do it though if I real timed and tweeted it out. Guess what? I responded back. That's fine, Andre. But guess what? I'm not going to do? Endorse this visit. I just won't do it. Nice try. You can try to hit me up as many times as you want. I'm not going to endorse this visit. Won't happen.
You shouldn't either.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch. This guy
don't get into peer pressure here.
No. We don't. We're not going to give in to peer pressure here, even if it's Andre Veras. Here's the let's see. Yeah, you talk about Caliendo. Yeah, I think Frank's mad at me, Patrick. The last 2 times I've DM'd him, he hasn't responded to me.
He's definitely mad at you.
Yeah, yeah, and we are eating at Baggins. We will be signing autographs at the one on Campbell and Fort Lowell. But anyways, Longview though. If you go there, give Andre a call at 520-325-3456 and reference the AZ12 for a complimentary initial meeting. Also, guess what? I can't guarantee you that Andre might give you a discount on his services, but maybe he will. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Jaden can now endorse Andre Veras. Jaden can endorse Andre Veras all he wants. We won't endorse Andre Veras. That's the way it is. We're not going to do it.
I just can't. No.
No. Look at AJTO. Yes. Hey, Danny Martin, we're going to talk about Kevin O'Neill here in just a second. You are, yes, here.
Maybe that's why you blocked him. He dissed Kevin O'Neill.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. No. Michael Rubin, the great Michael Rubin. Okay. Here's the deal. Now you can buy, sell, or refinance local to Tucson, my friends. All right. Here's the deal too. Use code Cliff Johns. Cliff Johns, I believe, was the first Native American player in U of A history, if I'm not mistaken.
One of my favorite players ever growing up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know that you can recite, and then recite again everything about Cliff Johns.
Yeah, one of my I think I have a jersey in my closet.
Hey, wait a second, P. Hoff. We're going to get back to that. I was at the Arizona baseball game, and everything, all hell broke loose once I got there. But either way, Michael Rubin, debt reconsolidation, all of that. And again, since he is a senior loan officer and a mortgage broker, my friends, he can help you get better deal. He can help you get better rates than other folks. Check that QR code out in the corner. Swift Team Rubin Group. Check it out. Michael Rubin. You will thank me later. Code Cliff Johns for $500 off closing. Okay. Now, Jesse Bridges says, please talk about Nike money, how it is used. I don't know that I don't know. I actually don't know about that. Yeah. We're going to get to that in just a second. P. Hoff, this is true. I cornered Mike in the bathroom at the baseball game, insisting that he endorsed Andre, and he refused. I'm not going to do it. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Won't do it, P. Hoff. Won't do it. Okay. All right. I broke Mike Luke. When Bruce
passed. I say you broke it, even though I broke it, but we'll give it to you.
No. I broke it on Twitter. I broke it
on Twitter, yes.
I broke it on Twitter.
On Twitter, yes. I'll give you Twitter.
You didn't get any confirmation. Yeah. If it's not on Twitter, it ain't on anything.
Yeah. Twitter's when it becomes official.
I also know the coach is, though. But take that. But Kevin O'Neill, what do we think about bringing KO back? Danny Martin is very much in on bringing Kevin O'Neill back. Listen, everybody's talked about how Tommy can run kind of a soft ship. You bring Kevin O'Neill back. He's rested, tanned, and ready to go.
Look, if only there was an African-American version of Kevin O'Neill, I think we could do it.
How about Keyshawn O'Neill?
Oh, my God.
How about Keyshawn O'Neill?
Call Sean Miller right now is number one on the board.
Sean O'Neill.
Call Sean O'Neill. That's good.
Yeah. But either way, Kevin O'Neill. I don't know why. I mean,
we'll get to the bottom of this.
Would you be opposed to bringing him back?
I'm never opposed to Kevin O'Neill. The bar scene would be rejuvenated.
Yes, the bar will be. How do I put it? The bar will be. I put out yesterday an Illinois fan tweeted at me and he said that he said you're the dumbest person on Twitter, but you're a fun back and forth. And then I said, and then I quote tweeted it. Then I said, I'm a low bar, or I said, I clear low bars for a living. That's what I do around.
Low bar Luke. That's what we call you.
Low bar Luke. Bob Dobbs supports the KO rehire, as does Trident, my friends, as does Trident.
Does KO or Kevin Sumlin reignite the bar scene more?
KO by far.
KO, because KO can keep drinking. Like
KO drinks publicly.
Yeah. The problem with Sumlin, like I said, is that Sumlin can't drink. Sumlin's a loser drunk. And that he he drinks and then he's like lathered.
Passes out, and before you know it, he's passed out at a jacuzzi in Westward Look.
Yes. Or he's like lathered in butter and he's like in fetal position under a booth or something. He can't drink. Like a KO can drink. That's the difference with KO. So anyways.
KO drinks because he's thirsty, you know? Some people drink water. KO drinks.
KO says, inject this beer into me right now any way possible. How about Orlando Antigua as an assistant? They're going to go with somebody that is not Orlando Antigua. But that would have been amazing, though.
We tried.
Yes. It's a deep cut. All right, now, let's get into a little bit of this revenue sharing. I tried reading this the other day, and it bored me senseless. So Sheer didn't know about it either. So I asked him. I said, Sheer, you get on top of this. You have better focus than I do, please.
So the one question that we didn't understand is how it would stop money from being out of control on top of it, right? On top of the revenue sharing. So what I found out, basically, because I didn't really care before enough,
jump in line,
is that basically it would create, based on the part of the settlement, is that there'd be a larger oversight. So in other words, when a third party NIL gets over $600, which is all of them, they will basically investigate it. The NCAA will take a look to make sure that it is a legitimate deal and not just being used as a way to circumvent all the rules. So in other words, if you're paying a guy $4.5 million to do a car commercial, obviously that's not the way that NIL was intended. So they wouldn't necessarily pass it and let it happen.
Hey, wait a second here. Dennis Walsh says Mike is the guy in a group project that doesn't help and shows up to the presentation and gets.
Yes, that's accurate.
Dennis Walsh, get out of here with that, dude. Go land your plane somewhere else. But at the end of the day, though, kids are just going to get more money, though, assuming that those deals are real, correct?
Well, it's yes and no, because you're assuming that the deals are real. So in other words, Kylan Boswell doing a commercial for Rancho Sarita was real. Darian Williams doing a commercial for McDonald's and then they pay him $4.5 million for 30 seconds is not real. Like, it's circumventing the rules. It's BS. So basically,
I'm confused. I'm confused then. So if they want,
there's going to be a committee that is formed that investigates any NIL number over $600 to make sure that it isn't just BS or a way to circumvent the NIL rules.
Let's use the McDonald's thing for an example. Then that's where I'm confused. So if McDonald's wants to pay $4.5 million for 30 seconds,
I shouldn't say McDonald's, like a local Jim Click, for instance, says, hey, if you do this 30-second one-time spot for a local car dealer, we're giving you $4 million. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not. Now, I'm sure this will somehow lead to another lawsuit, because who are you to tell me how much I can make?
Who are you to assume, Jen?
Right. But for now, that's what it is. It basically, there's a clause in there, or whatever you want to call it, that'll create, supposedly, is supposed to create more oversight and mandatory reporting. You have to report anything over $600 to this committee.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that's really going to do much, to be honest with you. I think they got to put a cap. I think they got to get a cap somehow. Also, Gary. Yeah, Gary. No thanks on KO. No. Well, you might be you mess with the paw, you're going to get the glove here, Gary. You better be very careful, my friends. But I don't know. Does this really change much, though, Skier?
I mean, it's supposed to. I don't believe it will, but it's supposed to, right?
Right. Okay. Now, Portland Timbers says, the great Portland Timbers, this is why agents are front-loading contracts right now to get the payments in before the settlement is finalized. Okay. Now, let's see here. Mr. Tyler Warden, we know every government employee's salary. We should know the full comp for every NCAA athlete getting paid. That creates a cap effectively. That's interesting.
Yeah, we should know where and that's what the NCAA is hoping this leads to, is where you know where the money is coming from.
Yeah, Joe Sinkwitz, any word on Kravis? Yes, he's coming back. How about that?
You might have a cute little video this week. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, ADO's video. I got so happy when I was watching it. Dan Marley for an assistant. No,
ADO didn't have a video.
No, it was like that little post though, the little like Instagram.
Yeah, he gets video though. I don't know if he gets video.
We're running it back, baby. I'm donating to Tennessee NIL push for Sam Levitt. We need Sam Levitt to go to Tennessee. That'd be great. I don't think he will, but we need to.
I'm curious who they pick out of the portal.
Yeah. By the way, that Nico Iamivalio, blah, 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 blah. What a putz that guy and that family is. He's not even that good.
I mean, Tennessee had their best season in a long, long time, and he was the starting quarterback.
Wow.
Well, it goes back to what I said though. Well, you weren't there. I was saying this the other night at football. Darian Williams makes $3.5 million, right, to play in basketball games.
Mm-hmm.
Nico wanted $4 to play in football games. He just wanted $4. I should say he wanted $4 million. That was his number. Is it really that crazy?
All right. Well, let's look at his stats though. That's the problem. Nico,
Did you hear about what happened at the end of last year?
No.
He said he was trying to renegotiate his NIL before the playoff game and threatened to sit out the playoff game.
ooh,
Good. Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that sucks. Now Nico,
I got his numbers, Mike. As a true freshman, he had 19 touchdowns, 5 picks, and threw for 2,600
no, that
yards.
wasn't as a true freshman.
Oh, he redshirted technically. So
He
redshirt freshman.
Dude, he threw for 200 yards a game. Sheer. He was
Redshirt freshman.
He threw for 200 yards a game.
Yeah, as a redshirt freshman.
200 yards a game. I mean,
I'm just saying, 19 touchdowns and 5 picks.
36 in the nation.
Tennessee's best season in forever.
When he played, his numbers against good teams? Not good.
Why not?
Look at his numbers against good teams. Against Ohio State, 14 of 31 for 100 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Against Georgia, 20 of 33, 167.
Right, he's a freshman.
He's in his second year. Come on, get out of here. Hold on. What else do you? Yeah, I win this one. Sorry.
$4 million. I'm just saying, $4 million isn't some crazy number. Basketball players are getting $4 million and they don't get hurt like football.
All right. Dennis Walsh just says it was cold against OSU. Yeah, Nifty Cello. Dude, Sheer, take a seat, my friend. Take a seat.
I don't necessarily agree with what he's doing. I just don't think the number is like asinine.
All right, yeah. All right, now let's see here. So everybody wants to add another ball handler, and in a perfect world, I definitely get that. But at the same time, you've also, like I said, there's a money crunch. So let's talk a little bit about it. I want to talk about the rotations of these players, but first, let's pay a few more bills. What do you think of this? Oh, Sheer, where'd you go? Sheer?
I'm right here. Can you see me?
Right, Sheer, where are you? Sheer. Oh, you came back.
Don't worry. I'll never leave you.
Terrified for a second. Yeah, I will never leave you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Arizona Primary Eye Care, my friends. Arizona Primary Eye Care. I will be there Thursday. Bringing the lady in to get some new glasses. She wants to look as cool as me. And but guess what? They're also a proud partner of Arizona Athletics, and they got a great deal going on. AccuView now offering $400 towards contacts, $150 for disposable, 60+ insurances, my friends. Yes, same day visit. They got 4 locations. Sure, we need to fill them up. Back the Arizona Primary Eye Care, and back Cheryl. We love Cheryl, and everybody in that office is very nice. It's a very fun environment going in there. It's actually kind of a place where I could just see myself just going and just chilling. Like everybody in there is very, very cool. And they make you feel cooler than you probably are. That's what's really cool about it. So again, check it out. Arizona Primary Eye Care, 4 locations, including one in Douglas, my friends. Check it out. Okay.
Yes.
What else? Yeah. What else? Talk to me. Baggins, back the bag, baby. Okay. Now, Murph paid for my lunch at Baggins. This is true. He insisted because he lost a bet to me because Murph lost. Take that. All right. But at the same time, though, I will be going there and Andre Veras will be paying for me as well. I am just going to but guess what? Here's the best part about this year. Murph looked at the receipt and he said, oh my gosh, it says Mike Luke on the receipt. I felt so good about myself.
You should.
No, I did. I felt it was a massive flex in front of Murph. Take that, Murph. But yes, all food made in house. He likes the Albuquerque turkey. And back the bag, baby. Yeah, get the bag. Join our VIP. Our VIP text club. Also, use code AZ12 for 15% off. It makes me look better. All food is made in house daily, locally owned and operated. Baggins, baby. Baggins. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now, all right. Playing time and rotations. Yes, he is. Duh, Joseph. Get out of here. Also, did you know about this Cold War going on between Kobe L. Thiel and Joseph?
Whoa, is this true?
Yeah, and my Arizona baseball.
What happened?
All right, so Joseph is Joseph and Kobe, I think, are both anti-chip guys. But Joseph also thinks that Kane stinks. Joseph is wrong. And
Joseph thinks what stinks?
Kane stinks.
Kane's the restaurant?
No. Kane, the baseball player. He thinks
Andrew Kane.
He thinks he stinks. Guess what? Kobe L. Thiel told him he was wrong. And guess what? Anthony Humbert, the great Anthony Humbert, came in there and said, whoa, this is a bro right here. I coached him. And take that, Joseph. You look stupid.
Wow. This got real dark.
Yeah, it got really dark. But you know what? Sometimes when people like Joseph was messing with the paw and he got Anthony Humbert's glove. Take that, baby. Also, did you see I was at or Taco Bell yesterday and there was this big glove on the ground?
Yeah, it took me a while to know what I was looking at.
Dude, and there was a big like ball of hair.
Yeah, I thought it was blood at first. I thought you were like tweeting a murder scene, and then I realized it was just the glove.
Oh, yeah, it was just the glove. Hey, did I tell you about that I was almost a witness for something? It was very dangerous, although I wasn't a witness, but it makes me Joseph says, I'd have never liked Chip. Kobe was a Dave Lawn defender who I was very much against. Okay. But you know that hatchet attack?
Yeah. Joe and I have been talking about that all week.
Yeah. Well, I got some scoop on. I got a scoop on it. So that was right by the Baja Beer Festival, which I was going to. And as I was slithering down the street, it was dude, the whole thing was like cordoned off and everything. And I asked a lady that was that had been there for like 3 hours, and she's like, she's like, somebody just got attacked by like a hatchet in the middle of like broad daylight. What a terrible time to be attacking someone with a hatchet. But yeah, I wasn't a witness to it, but I talked with somebody who I think might have been a witness to it or something like that. I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah. That was just my way of trying to bring myself into the situation. But yeah, that's crazy. Hey, did the hatchetee or that person that got hatcheted, did they live?
No.
They died?
Yeah, they died last night.
Oh. Yikes.
So you really didn't almost see it.
Oh, I missed it by a couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Who attacks someone with a hatchet?
Not someone that is all there. I'll tell you that.
Correct. Hey, you want to hear the story, and then we'll get back to baseball here, or football, or whatever we're talking about here in a second. Yeah, rotations. But do you know the story about? Do you know who Trotsky was from like the Soviet Union?
Yes.
All right.
Schlotsky's Deli.
Schlotsky's Deli?
Yeah.
No, his name was Trotsky.
Yeah, Schlotsky.
No, it wasn't Schlotsky. You're turning him Jewish. It's Russian. His name's Trotsky. Yeah, Leon Trotsky. So, anyways, here's the deal with Trotsky. So, Trotsky had like a Cold War or something with Joseph Stalin, and then I think Stalin won or something. I'm probably going to miss some of this up. And then Trotsky fled to Mexico. And but Joseph Stalin said, just like we won't endorse Andre Veras, not on our watch. Joseph Stalin says, not on our watch, buddy. And guess what he did? He I just said there, take that, Nifty Cello. He said he sent a hit squad there to Mexico to kill Trotsky, and they killed him with an ice pick. Like I don't know why that hatchet reminds me of an ice pick. And so here Trotsky was Jewish. Oh, sorry. Oh, there you go. Rage. We got to talk about Rage here in a minute. But anyways, so there's a band now. There's a band called Trotsky's Ice Pick. Do you get it?
Yep.
Yeah. Rage strikes me as the guy that would listen to Trotsky's Ice Pick.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Rage. We have Rage. All right. Also, all right. Anyways, I just want to tell everybody that story. I didn't know Mike teaching communist propaganda. No, teaching communist propaganda. I was just telling you what happened, man.
Tomorrow we'll discuss Marxism.
Yeah. Okay, real quick. Rage is in here, and Rage in the house. We need to talk about Rage here for a second. We very much like Rage. We like Rage a great deal. Rage has invited us to hang out with him at the guest house, and he wants to go to Shotgun Willie's with Sheer while I watch the guest house. But at the end of the day, though, I'm going to tell you this, though. Do not listen to what Rage has to say about his inside information. He said L. Pete wasn't coming here. He said Braden Burries wasn't coming here. Rage is going to tell you that nobody is coming here. Do not listen to Rage, but be very nice to Rage because we like Rage. How about that?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well said, Mike.
Yeah, and you can catch Rage and Sheer at Shotgun Willie's. Yeah, back the Rage, baby. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Rage, back the Rage. Okay, now let's get to a little Arizona rotation. We're gonna talk minutes here, and all right, Jaden L. Bradley and Braden Furries for Burries. Both those guys are playing 30 minutes per game.
Yeah, I do think Jaden Bradley will likely start at the point guard position next to Braden Burries. 30 minutes a game is wonderful because last year Jaden played way too much, in my opinion. I think that absolutely. I know that Tommy would probably disagree or whatever, but he played
Tommy's
too much.
Wrong.
Yeah, Tommy's wrong.
Yeah. Okay, now Carter is gone. Rage, you also said that Koa Pete wasn't coming here and that Braden Bruce. You need to step your game up there, Rage.
He's just warming up. Rage is just warming up.
What the hell? Yeah. Rage is cooking, as the kids would say. Also, Rage always has some, like, it's funny. Somebody in there's this Arizona basketball chat that I added you to, and
I left it.
Did you already leave it? I'll just add you right back. But
within seconds.
Rage always, and I tagged you in something though. And
you want to know where people can talk to me about Arizona athletics? WildcatAuthority.com. 50% off annual subscription right now.
Hey, Rage, you need to get on Wildcat Authority. Yeah. Oh gosh, Rage, will you get on Wildcat Authority? Hey, can you get Rage a discount?
There's a discount right now. It's 50% off.
All right, Rage, get on wildcatauthority.com. Trust me, I will give you the blue carpet treatment. Yes, we need Rage on Wildcat. Rage and J Mark would be awesome. Okay, now, anyways, so all right, so those guys are playing 30 minutes per game. Okay, Koa Pete's playing 30 minutes per game. Deal? Agreed? Yeah, bet.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Tobe and Krivas are combining for 40 minutes at the 5. Agreed?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. Dwayne Aristod, who is a massive, they're very big on Aristod. He's going to be playing 20 minutes per game.
Yeah.
Whether it's Carter Bryant or somebody like him, they're probably going to be playing about 28 to 30 minutes per game at small forward.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, also Aristod at the 2. I'm just, it is what it is. Then ADO is going to probably play between 5 to 16 minutes per game. I think that's fair.
Yep.
Evan Nelson probably playing 5 to 6 minutes per game.
I think it could be, in that range. Let's go 5 to 10.
Okay. My point is this. And I need to be very clear here. There are not many minutes to go around at this point.
This point, no.
There are some, but you absolutely are not a ton of minutes to be going around. And I think that's what people need to understand. Sure. Would you like to have Gilbert Arenas coming off the bench? Yes, we would all like that. But guess what? Gilbert Arenas is not coming off the bench. Also, I do believe that Aristod is a monster. Also, I think the thing with Aristod that's so interesting, I don't really worry about Arizona up front, Skier, because you've got 2 centers already in Tobe Awaka and in Krivas, but then you got Koa Pete, who's obviously 6'8", 230, and you've also got Aristod that's going to be able to play down low if you need him. You got a lot of stuff going on there. You got a lot.
The only thing I would say is that I would like a rim runner, athletic, like Henry, basically.
Yeah, you like Henry.
Not as good as Henry, but like in that vein. That to me is what the front court is probably missing.
Right. Now, let's see here. Jay Sheen. Jay Sheen. Oh, yeah, like we talked about. I was talking about you the other day, Jay Sheen, about if you were related to Martine Sheen. But let's see here. Jay Sheen says,
what's a Kier average on Arizona?
Kier? Who's Kier?
Yeah, what's the average?
6 points a game?
No, minutes.
I'm going to say he averaged 14 a game.
Let's see. I'm going to look this up for you, honey. At Arizona, he averaged 20 minutes a game. Evan Nelson will not play Justin Kier minutes.
Yeah, he won't play Justin Kier minutes. And also Justin Kier, no, TI, those are coming straight from the source. He's not as good. But again, Justin Kier is probably getting about 600. Man, Justin Kier was born a few years too early, man. That dude would be making like $650,000, $700,000 easy. Yes, so there it is. Armando Jasso, another great name. Armando, is that J pronounced?
Armando Jasso.
Oh, that's a great name. Very good name. Don't see why so many doubt Aristod can play the 2.
Andy Bryant has a point. Why not just bring in Dylan? Give him 1 minute, 30 seconds a game.
Do you think if you offered Dylan like next to no NIL, like I think that you
Rob wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think Rob would do it. Hey, is there anybody that has misguided his kid more than Rob Anderson?
I'm not going that way. I'm not doing that. And yes, there is. There absolutely is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there is. Yes, there is.
Yes, there definitely is.
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
There is. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Yes, you're right. Yes, and I still love Dylan. By the way, you want to take the No, there's Mr. Tyler Warden. There's somebody else. But yes. Let's see here. Mike and Jason come to Boulder for the game. Jason's already committed, Rage, but you got to get onto Wildcat Authority first. Get onto Wildcat Authority, get a membership. It's super cheap and it will be a lot of fun. Rage on Wildcat Authority is all kinds of fun. We agree.
That's all it is fun.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's that. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Arizona women's basketball because, again, we are Arizona women. Hey, ASU sucks. Watch your mouth about Dylan. There will be
He had what you told me, Mike, he had an ankle injury.
Right? Yeah, he was banged up all season. I mean, it is funny. Like the first couple games of the season, he had like a really good. You
were talking crazy crap in the beginning of the season. That died real quick.
Yeah, there was like a thread on the board that I posted that I was going to be Dylan Anderson's season long, and I'm like, man, I hope nobody goes back and finds it. But Dylan got banged up though. Let's see here. Talk about how the Arizona women's basketball is just.
Cody, that's all we talk about. You have no idea how many times we call each other.
Yeah. No. Listen, we need to talk Arizona women's basketball now. And I know there's people that don't want to talk Arizona women's basketball, but I am always been a believer in women's basketball. Always. And this page is fantastic. If you are not on this Facebook page, you are missing out on some of the best.
Just the best. We have guided multiple people and they have texted us and said, you were right.
Yeah, no, this thing is insane.
We know we're right.
You've got some people in here, like you got a Mary Hansen in there who calls me trashy every single day, and all I do.
It's funny. All Mike and I do is post news, and then like there's like guy Tyron Henry or whatever.
Yeah, Tyvon.
I'll post a story, and the guy be like, "Sure, you're a piece of shit." I mean, what? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're like, yes, yeah. You know what? This is a great term, Mr. Tyler Warden. They're coming after Mike and Jason, the founders of the phrase MNBA. No, that's actually Erica L. Day. We're going to give you credit on that. That's how much they love women's basketball. We like women's basketball. Okay, but we are a football school, John Gibson. We'll get that. But no, this page is fire. You got to get on there. And there are people on there that see, TJ Ben Martyr says, Mike turned me onto it, and it's a lovable dumpster fire. Yes.
It's really good. It's really good.
Did you see the one lady that posted on there and she said something to the effect of, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but she said something to the effect of, she said, I went up to DRF and I told her how disappointed I am.
Yeah, I say that. She's like, I basically cursed out DRF. It's like, no, that's not a brag. What are you doing?
Yeah, and she's like, because of how she did her wrong. Yes, exactly. And she's like, and then it was funny. I put that out there, and then some guy says, yeah, I think DRF's going to be okay.
My God.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. You've got to get on this page. Everybody get on there. And no, it's Cody. I would assume Cody's on there, correct?
He better be.
All right,
Cody, right now.
I am on there.
Yes. Wop. Okay, but either way, so we posted the Adia Barnes thing where she basically said that any mid-major coach sucks, that they're all underqualified. And it went viral. And obviously that thing's got over like 1 million views now. It's awesome. And then Mary Hansen, of course, sticks up for her. And there's a bunch of people on there that actually stick up for her. It's odd. It's odd. I don't get it. But Adia Barnes is playing right into what DRF.
Yeah. Dude, I loved at the presser. She was like, high, low. And I don't remember what they were. But I remember that she said, high character, low ego. And yes. I almost went, what? It's like such a like, she just shot at Adia. And then she says that, and Adia goes, all mid-major coaches suck. And it's like,
yes. Hey, and Adia went at me and then blocked me. And then she came at me from a burner.
Oh, she blocked you?
Yeah, she blocked me. Yeah. So Adia put out there something else, and I said, because Adia's grammar is not very good. So I said, your grammar is not very good, coach. And then she said, it's better than your reporting.
That was a good comeback, though. That was a good comeback.
I gave her a lot of credit, but then she deleted it. And then so I said, you will not delete this. I screenshotted it, and I said, nice try.
You can't delete Twitter. Twitter never forgets. Someone always takes screenshots of that stuff.
Hey, what's Javier's question? What am I ignoring? I mean, Javier is just every
DRF said she wants to compete for championships in 3 to 5 years.
Right, now let's talk about some good stuff. Now that we've got done making fun of Adia, Sheer and I think are on the same page here. I think DRF, at least for a couple years, is going to spend more money than Adia lives rent free. And Mike said, no, it's quite the opposite. She's the one that she's the
head coach getting paid $1 million and tweeting at little Mike.
And she thinks about me. Nice try there, Lou.
What Mike is saying is, and I am very confident in saying this, I think there's a little more NIL money than Adia was led to believe.
Do you want to talk about this? I agree with you.
I know of. I'll just say this. I know of one girl, that Arizona woman, and this is a lot for women. They're offering 150 grand to. That's not chump change in women's basketball. That's a pretty darn good number.
Yeah.
And you don't do that unless there's some sort of NIL money available.
And let's be honest here. She's getting paid. Burke's getting paid $675. That's good.
And I think maybe something that wasn't discussed enough is maybe because she's well liked and early on, and Adia wasn't well liked, that maybe that money will be easier to come by under Becky Burke than Adia had.
Right. Yes. No, I'm just saying, here's the other thing. And I'm not really, when is revenue sharing starting? We don't know yet. Yes, she's a very difficult person. Nobody in the athletic department is glad or is sad she's gone. I don't know if anybody.
Nobody.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see here. Patrick Stark, you guys are both the perfect amount of petty. I don't know what's wrong with being petty. I really don't. I don't know what's wrong with it. But either way, she also has a ton she also got a ton for assistance. Becky Burke, talk about that.
Yeah, 900 grand for her assistant coaching staff. She's going to be just fine. Fine.
Yes, exactly. Now, of course, rage. Get out of here. But no, Rage, are you on Wildcat Authority yet? Get on there, and I want you to screenshot it when you become a member, Rage. Trust me. Okay, now, all right, everybody here, come on. Let's see here. Why couldn't we pay Vasar Lewis? Love isn't getting a check anymore. The freshman, yeah, because again, you had to make some decisions there.
Once again,
yeah.
Carter Bryant, not free. Brayden Burries, not free. Koa Pete, not free. Jaden Bradley, see where I'm going with this? Not free. Henry wanted $2 million. Mm-hmm. Henry wanted to be the highest paid guy in Arizona's roster.
Happening, not on our watch. Hey, Cody, can you put the link for him to here? Sure. Look at me. I am actively pushing a news.
Tell him to go on my Twitter. Rage, go on my Twitter. I literally just tweeted the link.
Cody, put the link on there as well. Yes, Cody, put the link on there as well. All right, let's pay a few more bills here so that let's pay a few more bills here. What's the whole team NIL? It's more than that, Rich. Back the book. What do we got? Talk to me. All right. Speaking of which, Green Valley Decorative Rock. Now, we know about the rumors. They're not great.
Do you want to tell them the story? Should I tell them the story?
Go ahead.
KJ Lewis was going to return, and then he started spreading Green Valley Decorative Rock rumors. And honestly, they just couldn't welcome him back. They just couldn't do it after that.
They weren't going to do it. And guess what? There was other people too that got involved. Ant Wright got involved then as well.
Oh man.
Yeah, this was bad. And I knew it. I knew there was something personal with this man's agenda that he started pushing Green Valley Decorative Rock is only in Green Valley. It sucks. Like,
disgusting.
You can tell somebody's moral you can tell somebody's moral backbone by the by that. I mean, it just is what it is. So either way, they are in Tucson. They also deliver north to Oracle, west to Marana, east to Sierra Vista, Benson, south to Nogales. 50 plus locally sourced landscaping, serving residents and contractors. Yes, good stuff right there. 2 convenient locations. Again, not like I said, not going to happen. Not going to happen on our watch. And Rage, we expect you to become a member by the time this show is over. We will even extend the show so that you can become a member of. Okay. Or of it. Yeah. All right. Now, what else do we got here? All right. Now, land the man with the master plan, Lan Allen. Lan Allen, my friend. My next checkup will be at Aris Dental. And guess what? I am going to, let's see here. Okay. Now, owned by Arizona local alumni. Now, here's the great thing about Land the Man with the Master Plan. They have got the great deal going on right now called the Championship Special. 1997. And there was a guy that flew in from Idaho or Iowa or one of those Midwestern states that starts with an I. Every state, seems like every state in the Midwest starts with an I. Iowa, Indiana, Idaho,
Indonesia.
Illinois. Did I already say Illinois? Illinois, Iowa, Indiana. Rage, let's not act like you don't text and drive. Nice try. But either way, Aris Dental, my friend. TucsonTeeth.com and TucsonImplants.com. We like Land the Man with the Master Plan a great deal around here. He's a big supporter of U of A athletics, and more so than anything, Sheer, you're not going, Idaho isn't Midwest. Close enough.
It is to me, damn it.
Yeah, it is. Nice try, Andy. Iowa, he got 2 implants and will come back for a couple more. Nice.
Whoa.
See, Iowa, Indiana, Illinois, Idaho,
Indonesia,
a prominent Midwestern state.
Ireland,
Indochina. Let's see here. Indo-Salvador. Yeah.
Good.
Mike can't see Sheer again. I can't see anybody. All right. Well, either way, check it out. Land the Man with the Master Plan. TucsonTeeth.com. TucsonImplants.com, my friend. Okay. And RJ's Frozen Cactus. We are going to be having a fight night May 10th. Sheer, you have already committed. India. Yes, good call.
I'll be there. Assuming there's no crazy events or anything, I'll be there.
We are going to be having a fight night. Link Rage right now. He wants to join. Come on, get him in there. But RJ's Frozen Cactus, my friend, May 10th. Now, you all know about the parking lot. It is a massive parking lot. Dennis Walsh, a.k.a. Mike Luke's daughter, can land his private jet maybe when he's carrying Bert to the game. But rideshare at RJ's, then rideshare to the game, or rideshare, whatever. I don't know. I messed it up. 100 plus craft beers plus $2 deals, pizza, wings, beers, no bad seats in the house. Check it out. We will be there. Okay. Now, all right. TTFN, good seeing you, Mr. Tyler Warden. All right. Now, did you message Rage the link?
Yeah, dude, I tweeted the link. Rage follows me on Twitter.
Rage, just get on there. Okay, now we got to talk about Arizona baseball because my Arizona baseball. The paratroopers hard landing, and of course ASU fans start making fun of it.
Brutal. Yeah.
I will say, in all fairness, I think it was the ASU Barstool.
That one guy was fine. The one guy apologized, even though he doesn't know how to spell poor.
Right.
He apologized, but the ASU
tweeted at me.
Yeah, he tweeted at me too.
Yeah, and he apologized. So we give him, if somebody says something and you mess up, it is what it is. But that Arizona the Arizona State Barstool one, that one was poo.
Yeah.
Shocking. So yeah, I go there and the paratroops hard landing. I don't know, but that was dude, you could I would assume his knees are broken or something. Didn't look good. Yes. Yeah, sing it, Adia. Don't go, man, just go away. $2 super stat from Jesse Britches. Okay, now let's see. All right, but Arizona baseball is good though, man. I'm telling you. I know they're not ranked
today. I think they got ranked 24th.
Yes. And remember when you guys were saying, do you want to take the L now when you said that he couldn't recruit at all? You had a lot of
No, Mike, the only thing that we are debating is Chip, and Chip agreed live on this show. They have to make a damn super regional, dude. They can't.
What is the super regional? The equivalent of making the Elite Eight?
Sweet 16, dude.
All right.
It's the second round.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they have to. Come on.
All right. Yeah. How much do you think ADO is getting paid? Probably a couple $100,000. That was an operational failure. Yeah, it was not good. But either way, I will say, I think my Arizona baseball is more equipped to win this coming how do I put this season, or this coming postseason than
I hope. We'll find out. Find out.
Yeah, but it's my Arizona baseball. So nice try. And
if they host a regional, will you go?
I went last year. Why wouldn't I go this year?
You went last year when they hosted a regional?
Yeah, I did go.
Which one?
Wasn't that the one we were at?
Nope, we didn't go to a regional game, dude.
I
wasn't even in the city. I was in San Diego.
I thought they were hosting here.
They did host, but I didn't go.
Oh, yeah, because you're not a baseball fan.
You didn't go either, Mike.
Bats have been going whop lately. Yes, they have. Yeah, Chip City knows he needs to win.
Yeah. He knows. He knows what my requirements of him are.
I tweeted at Jake Hale and I said, "Hey, Jake Hale, I want to throw out the opening pitch. How do we make this happen?"
Yeah, you tweeted all over Jake Hale and you said, "I need to throw out the opening pitch."
Yes, I want to do that. Yes, more like an Elite Eight because Dick Wilson, nice try here, Sheer. Dick Wilson says it's more like an Elite Eight.
No,
winners go to the
because I said he had you have how many teams are in the College Baseball World Series?
How many?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh, everybody, go get AZ merch right now. Get AZ12 merch.
The College Baseball World Series has 8 teams.
Yeah.
Right? So how could that be the Elite Eight? It's the Sweet 16. The teams are the winners of the 16 regional tournaments. Yeah, dude. It's literally the Sweet 16.
Yeah, no, everybody's disagreeing with you. T. Burns is disagreeing with you. Dick Wilson.
It's literally the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
he has to make it to the Sweet 16.
No, but they're saying it's more to the Elite Eight. 64 to 16.
64 to 16. He has to make it to the Sweet 16. That's fair. That's literally what it is.
All right. Yeah. You have AZ12 merch. Yeah, Danny, click on the link there, buddy. Come on, Danny. Also, Rage, I expect a notification from you today. Let's see. Then I put that gif of what I assume would be how Mike would throw out an opening pitch. I saw that one. Nice, Brad Rich. These people.
Mike has very strong shoulders.
Yeah. No, I
think you need to get everyone, you and Shear and Brogan on. Also, we can see who can throw the best first pitch.
Oh, I would be amazing. I would go in there and throw a slurve.
Well, that would end terribly.
A slider and a curve.
Is that your excuse for when it goes into the dugout?
No. That's my excuse why the catcher can't catch it.
Slurve.
Yeah, slurp. Yeah, OC Bodybuilder says, I'm wearing my AZ12 hoodie right now. Yeah, smart. Yeah, throw the heat. All right, everybody thinks I should throw the heat. Back the heat, baby. Okay. Yeah, back the heat. Okay, Baggins. No, Baggins. Yeah, Baggins is no. Go AZ12, dude. AZ12, go there. Yeah, we're good. Okay. We got show tomorrow at 2 because we got football. I may or may not go. I went last practice.
You won't go, Mike.
I did. I went last
Mike,
practice.
you went last practice for 12 minutes.
Yeah, but I saw what I saw.
By the way, I'll say this for tomorrow. I'll say it for tomorrow's show. I'll say it for tomorrow.
Am I gonna not like this?
No, it's just football. Football on the offensive line is a thing.
Well,
he's actually not bad.
Right, yeah. Well, look at this hat. Hey, by the way, look at this hat. Look at this hat. You can get this. This hat can be you. Not this specific hat, but you can buy this hat.
Mike will wear you on his head.
No, I'm not gonna wear you on your head. All right. Now, do we let me ask you this. Do we think that by 5 o'clock today, Rage is a member of Wildcat Authority?
No.
Rage, you know what
I don't believe it. I need to see it.
You know what, Rage? You know what you got to do here. Get him in there. Calling it now. Chuba is getting. Here's why I like Chuba on the offensive line.
It's not bad, dude.
Gets him off the defensive line.
I didn't realize because I'm not a Chuba expert, but he actually never played defense until he got to UC Davis,
and it showed.
Yeah, he's a guard.
Hey, is that your worst call ever?
What?
BBN and Chuba.
That wasn't my call. That wasn't my call. That wasn't my call, and it wasn't.
Joseph.
Anyway, Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby. WildcatAuthority.com, 50% off. Rage, the ball's in your court.
Oh, Rage is in there. Yeah, Rage. Don't rage against the machine. Rage against Wildcat Authority. Yeah, This could be good. Yeah, and throw a super snap while you're at it, Rage. All right, on that note, though, for Mr. Shear, for Cody James Martin, I'm merely Mike Luke. Got up to 325 lives today. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. All right, we're going to be back tomorrow at 2. All right, everybody in there, you are Jason's not in the mood. I don't care. We mess with Paul, you get the glove. That's the
mood about what? Yeah, I'm not in the mood. That's you, Mike.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I lost control.
Yeah, you lost control right there. Yeah. Hey, Rage, attack. All right, on that note, though, tomorrow, you've been listening to the AC12.